It is 7:22 now. Here's a live look at Monument Circle. It's cold out there. That's one of the major headlines of the day at 14 degrees. Feels even colder than that with the wind chill, so please bundle up this morning. And it is time for Indiana Business Headlines, part of our partnership with Inside Indiana Business and the IBJ.
Gary Dix, the host of Inside Indiana Business. Thanks for being with us this morning. You watch the State House closely, I know. So many topics, especially for a short session.
Yeah.
You've got your eye on one that could affect sports and tourism.
Very interesting. You know, we talked for the last few weeks about the College Football Playoff National Championship here. Indianapolis winning that and certainly hosting that in a great way. Very competitive. Interesting bill that was introduced, I think it was last week at the State House by State Senator Kyle Walker. It would create a bid fund, if you will, to help Indianapolis and Indiana attract these big sporting events, but also conventions. As it turns out, there are about 15 states, regions, municipalities around the country that have these funds. And Indianapolis officials from the Indiana Sports Corporation to Visit Indy say they're now cherry picking some events from Indianapolis. Texas getting a big swimming competition Indianapolis wanted, in part, they say, because they had this bid fund. So the idea, create this fund to help Indianapolis and, again, other cities and regions around the state to attract these things.
So staying with that, how much money is this bid fund, and then how is it going to be divided between Marion County and other places?
Two great questions. I don't think we're going to have those answered this year. The idea is to create the structure this year for this fund. Next year, a budget writing session at the State House, they'll perhaps figure out how much would go into that. The other piece, this is not just about Indianapolis. I think this is where we'll get contentious with legislators perhaps around the state of Indiana, because communities all over Indiana are attracting sporting events. There's a big high school basketball showcase, for example, up in LaPorte, televised on ESPN. They attracted that. They think it got some great attention for the community. So these types of events in places like LaPorte and Fort Wayne and Evansville, they're going to want to be a part of this too. So we'll see how it goes.
I can hear Knightstown, I can hear Jasper, I can hear everybody saying, hey, we're going to do this. Exactly. What do you have coming up at Inside Indiana?
Well, we're going to talk with Senator Kyle Walker about this fund, what the goals are, how he sees it playing out. We will also take a look around Indiana at our Mary Rachel Redmond. We'll take a look at Oxford near Lafayette. It's the state's first, get this, community mausoleum, and it's in danger of going away. And Yelp's Brittany Smith, interesting story. She will take a look at boutique hotels. They're actually faring pretty well during the pandemic, from Hotel Indy here to the Bradley up in Fort Wayne. She'll take us around the state there. Also, as you look at the IBJ, our partners there, interesting story. They will look at what's next for the Capital Improvement Board, that entity that really manages and takes care of the big sports venues in the convention center here, how nonprofits fared in landing big gifts in 2021 during the pandemic, and prospects for a state tax holiday as well. They'll take a look at those stories and a lot more in the IBJ.
I love the Trendiana catchphrase.
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
You bet.
7:25 right now. Stephanie, you're watching the forecast.